YouTube, welcome back. Week 8, my Marathon Freedom Investors. Let's get right to it. As you know, technology has been getting hit for the week. It's been a up and down week, mainly down. Um, as you see, uh, technology, software, and finance was getting hit earlier in the year with the Trump, with the whole capping the interest rates. Um, Everybody's been running to like health technology, consumers, everybody's running utilities and energy, transportation, slow growth, industrial sector stuff, right? Energy, all that good stuff, right? But good thing, bad thing, who knows? We're getting our some of these big names like Google, Meta, Nvidia, Broadcom. We're seeing them come back down to great prices, great evaluations, good PEs. Like we need things like this to happen, right? I'll explain more as we go along, right? Fear and greed. We were at extreme fear at one point. It's going back up to fear. We're at a 36. Remember, when we're in extreme fear and fear, that's when we want to start, implementing our DCA, getting it slow. Extreme fears when the market starts taking out. That's when you really want to start putting a little bit more money so you can get more discount on stocks or ETFs that you feel like are good investments, right? Extreme greed is when the market tends to sell. I'm sorry, people tend to get in the market and it tends to go up a lot. That's your extreme greed. You may not want to buy because usually when you take the elevator up, it tends. To, I mean, when the market takes the stairs up, it tends to take the elevator down. So be fair, be fearful and get in the market when the extreme greed index is up. All right. Earnings this week. Obviously, today's Monday, President's Day. Market is closed on the 16th. Tomorrow, we have earnings coming out before opening and after close. Let me go ahead and say while we're talking about this, why are we looking at earnings when we're just an ETF channel? Uh, Listen, there's milestones that you gotta. There's tiers and milestones that you have to hit. You know what I'm saying? In this game, right? I'm building a foundation for me for ETF wise. And once I hit my milestone, whether it's 25,000, 50,000, or 100,000, once I hit my milestone, then I'm gonna start going in and buying some strong, good companies, right? Um, like Walmart, like Coca-Cola, like maybe Nvidia. So solid companies are things that you want to buy, or it could be dividend stocks. Is it SH or SCHD? Once you hit your milestone, but right now, just build your foundation on this slow growth ETFs, and then later on start implementing maybe a Amazon if you're interested, or Google if you're interested, but slow growth companies, maybe an insurance company, things like that, right? So, Tuesday, 17th, the only company that I'm only interested in, as y'all see, is Quantum. I want to know, are we ready for Quantum? Is Quantum making money? Are people getting contracts to them? So I want to know when their earnings come out. I kind of want to like dive in a little bit and see how well they're doing. The only Quantum I'm only really concerned about is IonQ. See how well they're doing in QB. I think it's QB UT. I also want to know how they're doing as well. Uh, Wednesday 18th before open, Moody's. I believe that's a if I'm mistaken, it is a credit score or something like that. I know it's a big company. I'm not sure too much about it. I know it's a respectable company, but I want to know how well they're doing on their earnings and whether they're valued correctly or not. See what the market does, right? Moody's. I remember Moody's last year, within the 12 months, they gave the American bond yields a low credit score, and and the market tanked out. But or something like that. They gave America a bad credit score and then the market tanked out. I didn't know Moody's played a huge role in the stock market. That's why I kind of want to listen in whenever they have their earnings. Uh, that DoorDash, that's something else I'm interested in listening to. DoorDash, and when Uber comes out, I'm listening to Uber as well. The reason why I'm interested in those is because they're changing the game, right? Uh, they're changing the game on they're changing the game like just the way time is just moving, right? They're a company that doesn't really own no vehicles but have tons of employees wanting to take products from point A to point B. Uh, the beauty about like DoorDash and Ubers and so other much gig apps is like the fact that a restaurant can have good food, good customer service, and quality all through its restaurant, but bad location can destroy that restaurant. But places like DoorDash and Uber Eats, when you go online, you just see food and you can purchase items from stores that are in bad locations and they'll get revenue from multiple ways. You know what I mean? So I kind of want to see how well DoorDash is doing. Also, Coke, COKE, and also the other one, which I think is KO. That's the one, if I'm mistaken. I'm not sure which one Warren Buffett owns. But Coke, I'm interested. How well are they doing? I know they do buybacks and I know they do dividends and stuff like that. Uh, Let's see how well it does. Fig, I know they're like within that. Maybe this is like the first or second earnings. They just IPO'd not so long ago. Booking Holdings, great company. Cake, great company. Those two, I would love to see how they do. How the market will react to them after earnings, if they are in net positive. Um, Walmart, that's one I'll be looking into closely. Why is that? Because Walmart is one of those ones that I would love, love, love to have in my portfolio once I hit my milestone. I don't think Walmart's going anywhere. Walmart has showed their face. They're competing with the best, right? Amazon with the, hey, we can prime it to you, get it to you the next day, a few hours. Walmart's like, hey, you can order your groceries and we'll have it to you same day delivery. And on top of that, same way with the DoorDash gigs and with the Amazon Prime, Walmart also has regular people signing up as individual contractors working for them to move their product. Like the world is advancing. Like what is to come? You know what I mean? Um, just money just moving. The world is just transactions. Like it's crazy to think, right? Another one that I'm interested in is Deer, and the reason why is because of the whole speech. The same time where Trump was talking about the putting limitations on banking interest rates at 10%, he was also shouting out Don Dear John or Don Deere DE um, for he was pretty much shouting him out and congratulating him on bringing some of his facilities back to America. I think they're going to be creating like excavators and like maybe like two or three facilities. They're working on it, but I also want to know what is their balance sheets looking like. Are people going to invest in them now that they're coming back in America, bringing jobs back? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Sprouts, a competitor with Walmart. I also want to know how well Sprouts is. Sprouts is huge in the South. In the comment section, let me know. Do you got Sprouts near you? Is it busy? Do you shop there? I don't really know too much people that shop there, but I do know when I be driving, I be seeing it. The parking lot's always filled up of happy people. Never heard anything bad about them. Texas Roadhouse, that's one of those ones, right? Food services that has when all the other food services did bad, they seen them went the opposite direction. Texas Roadhouse has um, thrived, and a lot of people's expectations, and people are investing in them. So I wonder, are they overbought or are they at a fair price? So Texas Roadhouse, and that wraps up this earnings over the week, and see what happens next week. 'Cause I did peek at it. There are some great stocks coming out next week, but let's focus on this week. This is my account, right? My performance. As you see on the 12th, um, we had one of our biggest down days on the 12th. I tried to catch the bottom. I didn't. And but we don't play the game to catch the bottom. We DCA. But the fear and greed, the extreme fear was in. I went ahead. I tried to implement more money. I put an extra 4,000 in, which I'm okay with, right? Because I was trying to get my favorite stocks, ETFs, at a discount. If the market pulls back 10, 15%, I'm gonna be a happy camper. I'm not even gonna lie to you. If you just think about 15% of 550, I believe that's somewhere in the 150 range. I'm okay with that. You know? Uh yeah, I'm okay with that, in my opinion. Because while I'm down, I could be down $500 on my portfolio. I still would be implementing money in it because I believe the stocks that I have are great stocks, foundational to move forward. Internationally, uh, other countries are building economies and competing with us with beautiful countries, beautiful cities, and within their countries. Uh, SMH, I feel like that's a stock that's we're going to need, and there's a huge demand on semiconductors. And when the more these humanoid robots, Amazon was just talking about doing an experiment with droids deliveries within the 8 mile or 10 mile radius of their facilities. That's semiconductor, cell phones. We want to push the limits of our cell phones, laptops, or PlayStations. That's the PS6 is getting ready to come out, I believe, next year, um, and monitors. They want them to be faster. So these semiconductors, like cars, you know what I'm saying? So these semiconductors are on a huge, huge, huge demand. And I just feel like that's why SMH is a no brainer to me. So if the market pulls back 15%, 20%, 30%, trust me, I will freaking throw, like, I would be okay with putting $20,000 on a downward year in a stock and get fair value because I know the demand on it. Also, VOO is just a slow, I'm sorry, not slow. I mean, slow growth if you want to call it that. But the SP 500, uh, if I'm mistaken, you can quote me, get down in the comment section, and you can say, whether you're right or wrong. But I believe the S&P gets annually like 8% in dividends a year, and that's where we get our 8% annual. Why everybody says, oh, the S&P on average brings back 8% is because of dividends, right? So Vanguard S&P 8%. That's why it's 50% of my portfolio. And then SPMO, which is one of my riskier stocks, Momentum, which I personally think it's going to be great, is because they reevaluate themselves every 6 months, and what doesn't work, they'll change it out and put something else in. And I believe, oh, I'm not gonna say that, but it's just a great stock. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my riskier stocks. But creating a foundation and then letting it sit and figure out what milestone you want to get to. It's 25,000, 50,000, 100,000, and then start slowly implementing the stocks that you want, not risky stocks. Like I said, me personally, just go slow with it. You know what I'm saying? Just go slow with it. If you're a person that's putting 10,000 a year in, do it for the next 10 years. Guess what? If the market just moves sideways, you got $100,000. You know what I mean? So get in safe stocks, guys. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I can really say. Because like I said, the market could change on you so quick. They got professionals that are monitoring these ETFs. Look how much companies within the last year has came in and out of the S&P. But let's move on. My percentage, I'm down 0.21. I believe that the S&P is down zero point 0.3. So we're slightly above the S&P by almost 0.10. Profit and loss, I'm down 11.75 overall for my account. Account details, this is the purchases that I made. I put 4,000 in and $77 in on the 12th. I thought I put $77 in there as well. Yeah, I did. It's right here. Yeah, this came in the market. Yeah, I already had $77 in there. So I put $4,077 in the market this week. Remember, 50% of it goes to VU, 30% goes to SPMO, my ETF, Momentum, and VXU, SMH gets 10%. All right. And let's go to my position. All right. So we're going to look at the total cost, and then we're going to look at the market cap, and then the average prices that's on it. So SMH, which is my semiconductor ETF. The total amount that I have invested in it is $546.24. My average price, my market cap of what it's worth is 551. So I'm above water. $551.28. The average price that I've purchased SMH is at 403.66. The last price of when the market was open, it was at 407.39. And this is how much stocks that I have is 1.3532 uh, shares of SMH. I'm gonna run through this real quick, right? Cost, total cost. This is how much I have put in. This is the amount of money that I put in. This is my total cost. The market cap is what's my stock worth, right? I'm above water on VXUS, which is my international stock ETF, right? It's $554.78. The last average price of when the market was open. I'm sorry, this is the average price of when I purchased the stock is at $81.25. The last price from when the market was open, this was the last price, $82.53. That's what the stock price is at the moment when the market closed. The market should be opening in about 2.5 hours. Um, the total cost of VOO, which is S&P 500 on the Vanguard side, the total cost that I have invested is $2,730.96. I am underwater on this, right? My market cap of what it's worth in my portfolio is 2,715.57 cents. The average price that I purchased VOO is $630.17, and the last price when the market was open was $626.62, and I have 4 shares, 0.33368 of VOO. SPMO, Momentum ETF. The total amount that I have invested is $1,638.59 of SPMO. The market cap of what it's worth is $1,623.30. I am below water. My average price of purchasing SPMO was 119.3 cents. The last price when the market was open before a pause was 117.92 cents. And I have 13.76609 shares of SPMO. And that concludes my position in the market. I also want to say this. We would love for the market to pull back. The market pulls back, the extreme fear goes in, and we can stop buying hype stocks. We can stop buying hype around AI. We can stop buying hype around CapEx, right? We can really start allowing earnings to do their jobs and buying companies based off fundamentals and whether companies are being responsible with their money and guidance. That's why pullbacks are good. Huge pullbacks are good. Crashes are good. And so now when we see crashes, we can get scared enough to be hesitant to buy companies that aren't part of the program. And we got so hyped about companies that maybe has some kind of relationships to NVIDIA or AI or CapEx or the big beautiful bill. So all I'm saying is if the market does pull back more, it is a great opportunity to do your homework to find out what stock has a future in this AI movement or tech movement, if you want to say it that. So other than that, please get down in the comment section, leave a like if you like the video, tell me how I did. I feel like I add a little bit more, a little bit more spice to it. You know what I'm saying? I want to add a little bit more personality to it. Remember, I'm just a blue collar worker, someone just like you on the other side of that mic and camera. And I'm just here to document my journey and give you what I think is the best advice that you don't have to take. This is education of purpose for me, right? So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll see you guys week 9.